Right.
Morning, mate.
Morning. Oh,
Let's do it.
let's go. What are we doing today?
Back and biceps, mate.
Back and bicep.
Quick warm up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So podcast workout, mate.
Here we go. Session 1.
Different concept. To be fair, you come up with the idea, didn't you?
I know, it's because I'm good. See how it goes. Well, we can't say I'm good yet if it doesn't turn out good.
Yeah. How's your week been so far, mate?
What day are we on Tuesday? Feels like it's been longer already. But no, good week. Good start to the week yesterday. Busy. Still feeling it from Friday, to be fair. Teesside charity ball.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I was rough on Saturday. But then took the kids out for a nice walk at Wynyard on Sunday.
Feeling sorry for yourself?
I was, but I got my 10,000 steps in, so
Oh, there you go then.
that's the main thing. That's the main thing.
To be fair, we might as well start with a question which I always ask everyone. Not everyone, because not everyone's called Jason Pritchard, but who is Jason Pritchard?
Who is Jason Pritchard? Husband, father of 2 kids, CEO of FitFactory Technologies, multi-award winner.
Yes.
Get that one in there. Absolute legend.
Mic drop.
In my own head.
Yeah.
Not that anybody else thinks that.
The missus doesn't say that.
No, but I do tell her she's married to an award-winning husband, but it doesn't really get me much. At all.
Put that washing in.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose just a family guy. I enjoy work and I enjoy spending time with my family.
Yeah.
My whole motto is work hard, play hard.
Yeah, it's all right.
Work hard through the week and play hard on the weekend.
To be fair, I've been thinking that a lot lately is work hard, play hard. And I used to got to the point where I was just working hard.
Oh yeah, 100%. You do. You just you sort of fall into it. I suppose that's actually why I joined the gym, because I'd had so long where it was just work hard. My eating went out the window. Stress levels were through the roof. Wasn't really doing anything for myself.
Yeah.
It was a case of just working all week, all hours, going home at the weekend, doing stuff with the family, which was nice, but again, then just working on the night. And it just wasn't a good balance.
No time for yourself.
No time for myself at all. And then food was horrendous. And it just wasn't good.
I think as you'll know now, if your food shit,
Yeah.
energy shit.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Not putting the right stuff in. And I still don't 100% of the time.
No, but I think if you do it too cleanly, if you're not someone who's really, really doing it as a job or an athlete or competing, I think it's still neat. Because you've got kids, you've got your family time. You don't want to be the odd one out eating just your chicken and rice or wherever
Yeah.
anyone is.
And I've done that in the past, where you've gone, right, I'm going to lose weight, right, I'm going to be strict, and you suck all of the fun out of your life.
Yeah.
Because I've got that type of personality. It's 100% in.
Yeah.
And I did it when I did the charity boxing, probably must be 7 years ago now. I started at 22 stone, and then decided to sign up for the boxing. And from December till April, I'd lost, I think, nearly 7 stone.
Jesus.
And that was just training 2-3 times a day, not eating at all. Calorie deficit, huge.
Yeah.
Probably 400-500 calories a day.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No alcohol, no enjoying time with my family.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not sustainable because it went straight back on when I stopped.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, yeah. Metabolism's I'll say fucked.
Yeah.
Completely fucked, and probably still trying to repair it now.
Probably. And I think now it's just part of my life, working it in.
Yeah.
Coming on a morning before work, so I don't have them excuses for like on a night where it's like, oh well, I will go, but I'm tired, so I won't go.
Yeah, I think people can make excuses throughout the day. Like,
Yeah.
tired, I'm not going to have enough time to get there.
And
But yeah, I'm a big believer in the early morning crowd. I can't do it myself because
you're training,
yeah,
training other people like me.
Yeah, you spoil my training.
It's one of them that I remember when I first started. Drive in, we work at Fusion Hive, and I would set off, and in my head, I'm ready to come to the gym. I maybe check my phone before I left the house, see an email.
Yeah,
I go, oh, I'll go in, I'll answer the email. So then I'd be in work for 20 past 7.
yeah,
And I go, right, I'll go at about 11, 12 when it dies down. And it didn't work. I did it a couple of times.
yeah,
You probably know. Then it was like, I need to make that sacrifice for the work, but for myself. So like sacrifice work and do it for myself.
yeah.
And nothing's changed. In fact, I'm better at work
Yeah,
because I'm more switched on after I've been here.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So there's no sacrifice, is there, in a sense?
No, but in my mind it was.
Yeah, yeah,
When you first start, it's like, cause I feel like I have to give everything to what I'm doing
yeah,
and work. And it was like, right, I need to be in. I need to get a head start. I need to do my tasks and then be free for when the team come in
yeah,
so I can help them. And it was actually got to the point where, you know what, it's still okay. The work still gets done.
yeah.
Still going to be there after I've worked out. But actually I make better decisions.
Yeah, I was going
More
to say,
focused.
because you're feeling better and you're feeling better.
Yeah.
So you'll make that better decision. And
Definitely.
like I say, if you're feeling good going into work, then winner.
Yeah. Right.
So no, mate, let's do it. Morning, sir.
Come on in.
Say my voice is too manly, Jay. Say I've got too much of a manly voice. Yeah.
Put Jake on. His isn't manly.
I know, yeah. Right, so we'll go wider grip, mate. So get that width of the back. Obviously, when you go closer, you get the thickness of the back. So first set, go set 20.
Yep.
Get it warmed up, squeeze that back. Oh, tuck yourself right under, mate. Yeah. Squeeze that. Nice. Nice, mate. Very good.
Feel like under pressure.
I know, yeah.
Make sure my form's right.
Trying to do a smouldering look when I was watching it.
Doing a bit slower than I normally would.
We'll go a little bit, obviously heavy, we'll go 15, 12. We'll go right down, to be fair, then do a drop set right at the end. Then we'll just do one closer grip,
Yeah.
then we'll go on to the T-bar row. So obviously, FitFactory,
Yep.
everyone thinks it's to do with the gym, so that's why you're trying to work out.
Yeah.
What is it? What is FitFactory?
What is FitFactory? So we do the software for engineering and manufacturing companies effectively. So it's to make their factories fit. So digital software to improve processes, reduce waste, improve efficiency, reduce downtime, all the stuff that goes on in an engineering manufacturing company. We have software that improves what they do. It's crazy because I think we've got just over 400 customers that use our software all over the UK, a couple in America, Canada, India. Australia, New Zealand, but mainly in the UK. And what they do, the parts that they make, the machinery they have is like all like top of the line. But the processes they use to do it
Yeah.
are in some cases archaic. I've been to aerospace companies.
Paper.
Yeah.
Paper and stamps.
Yeah, 100%. I've been to companies that make aerospace parts and they've got DOS systems.
I won't,
It's
I
like
won't
green.
pretend what I know what that
It's
is.
a green and black screen.
50 of these, mate. You can keep talking if you.
Yeah, I'll try.
I'll test your fitness.
But yeah, it's business is good. We've won quite a few awards last year for innovation and sort of helping companies become leaner.
The Tees business.
Tees Business Company of the Year we won. We won Innovation of the Year with Make UK. Business Leader of the Year. Yeah, there's a few to be fair.
So still pull from these elbows, mate. And squeeze, yeah.
They got purposely went wrong so you could show to people
Show my expertise.
actually how it should be done.
Well done, mate.
And we're going to have some people who are going to count. I lost count as I was talking. So if I did do it wrong, then don't comment.
Well, PTs can't count anyway, can they? So if you can't count, you might become a PT.
I know.
One day. Actually, I'm going to use that as a transition here. So where did you start? What did you do from school? Because obviously you know the
Yeah.
not so good part.
No, yeah, the not so good part. No, when I left school, I had no clue. No clue what to do. I was thinking about this, where did I start? And I can't pinpoint it back to like a specific area where I started. But yeah, left school, no GCSEs, dyslexic, like struggled with school. Wasn't stupid or I was just a class clown. I was intelligent, I just couldn't put it down on paper. I left, a couple of retail jobs, worked in home base and Wilkinson's on
I
the
worked in
tills.
B&Q.
Did you?
Yeah.
In what section?
I was on the checkouts. Then I went to flooring. Then I got moved to gardening, then back to flooring. But then I was never on flooring. I was always missing talking to people.
I was in the garden centre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was all right. I actually, yeah, once Christmas. You know when you get intrusive thoughts. Seen the Christmas tree netting machine. I was like 17. I was like, I need to go through that.
I was just about to tell a story about that.
I went, climbed through it, netted up like a Christmas tree. Had to get cut out of it. Come in the next day, the managers were gone mental. I had two of the good managers that we thought come over and laugh. He's like, "You're in big trouble, but funniest thing we've seen. It's on CCTV." And then the main boss came and he's like, "Health and safety, danger," tore me apart. But I did it. Not many people say they've been for a Christmas tree netting machine.
I was part of the health and safety team for a month, yeah, because I climbed off. This is a lift onto the racking, so they were like, as your punishment, you have to be part of the health and safety team. So, yeah, so it was retail.
So I did the retail, and then sort of made probably one of my first stupid mistakes. My brother at the time was starting a building company, and then he asked us, he was like, do I want to come work with him? 17, 18, didn't really know what I wanted to do. He was offering us decent money as a labourer. So I was like, yeah, no problems, let's go. Handed my notice in, and been there since I was like 16, and just left. No notice period. Lesson 1, don't burn your bridges. That was learned at that point, because it didn't turn out right. It went to shit. Ended up needing to try and go back, and they were like, no, we can't take you back, you haven't worked your notice. What would other people think? We'd love to have you back, you were great, you were doing well, but you didn't work your notice, you left us in the lurch. No. So I was like, okay, don't do that again. But then the next couple of years after that were hard. It was like on the dole. No clue what I was going to do. Me and my wife, who we were together at that point, we got together when we were 16. in a council flat, living on 20 quid a week, going to Netto's, calculated shopping, like, okay, we've got this, we've got this, we've got that. And that was for probably about a year. Did a couple of little bits of jobs on the side, a little bit of landscape gardening and stuff like that. And then ended up delivering charity leaflets. Other people post leaflets through the doors. I did that 4 o'clock in the morning. Fingers getting bit by dogs all the time. I was like, this is a nightmare. And I got dropped off at Peterlee. All the houses are back to front. So everywhere's got a gate. And it was the worst day. It was snowing. I was like in and out of gates, in and out of gates. And I just ended up leaving them on the gate. I can't do it. I left that job. I'm not doing that. I'm better than that.
Go on, Martin. This will be set of 12, this one.
Set of 12.
Yeah, like you know. So get that full stretch up, get that full stretch on the lats. Roll back. Yeah. Good.
Sort of in between jobs at that point, on the dole, looking for a council place. A few other things had sort of happened. Ended up getting on the list for a council flat, and it was about probably a month or 2 wait in the summer. So my wife went back to live with her mum and dad.
Wow. Yeah, good.
I tried to go back, but to my mum or dad, but they'd separated, going through different things. So I ended up for probably about 2 months in a space where I was like couch surfing, park bench. One of my mates, Gary, he sort of let me stay at his house a few nights. And it was summer, so it was quite nice. We'd just not long left school, so everybody was still sort of 17, 18. And it was a case of most people were out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, and it is bad, but wasn't as bad as like a lot of people have it. The weather was nice.
Yeah.
Had a few couches to sleep on. A few nights where I didn't.
A bench.
Yeah, in the park. On my own a couple of times, but a lot of the other time people would be like either staying out, doing all-nighters. The hardest part actually was like the morning, where sort of get to like 8, 9 o'clock and everybody's like, right, we're going home. And they are all going home and I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do for these next few hours while they're all sleeping and getting showered and changed and stuff?
No phones either.
I'm not that old. We did have phones.
Not on the back bench,
No, not to charge it, but I think I had a Nokia 3210 or something.
That'll last for a few nights.
I play Snake on it. But yeah, after that, sort of, my brother who started the building business, sort of redeemed himself a bit. Got me an interview at a furniture shop in Portrack Lane, and started working there. And that was going well. I was good at sales. I was able to. That was the first time I really got into sales properly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the financial crash sort of happened. 2008, company went into administration. So I sort of left again, scrambling around looking for a job. And I was just thinking about it before, but then I went to a website company that sold SEO and sold AdWords and websites and stuff. And that was like my first real proper, I'd say, hardcore sales.
Yeah.
It was a factory. It was a factory to churn out salespeople. 300-400 calls a day on a dialing system. Huge target. Doesn't matter what you've done the day before.
Yeah. Like a boiler room situation.
Yeah, 100% boiler room, but brilliant. To be fair, taught me a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Surrounded with people who all want to do well, all want to earn money, and the money was there to be earned. I earned some good money while I was there, some really good money. But I sort of then started training people how to sell, so I did well at that. Realised I could. They realised I was good. I was like, okay, well, maybe train people.
Yeah.
And at that point, I didn't really know why I was good, but I now look back and go, I'm good at like picking up stuff. So I picked up their methodology, picked up sort of the processes that they wanted, because they'd had people who'd built it that worked, and it worked. And by following that, that made me a good salesperson.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Processes.
processes.
Right, set of 10, mate.
Set of 10.
Everyone's on the big boy stack. Yeah, easy. 2.
I'm just going light today, yeah.
Yeah. One more. Yeah, nice, mate.
Easy.
Easy work for the podcast.
Yeah, easy work.
Go on, you're 2 out of breath.
Yeah, so I then moved from that into kitchen sales. Become a business development manager for a kitchen distributor in Aycliffe. And again, I suppose that sort of unlocked some more hunger. I could see areas where they could grow the business.
Yeah.
Did really well when it started. Effectively, we got a pot of around £200,000 worth of spending tradesmen. Within the first year, we turned it into, I think it was like 1.3 million. I was like, that's good growth. And we could see more, we could do more. But they didn't want to upset the apple cart.
Which is the key.
Yeah.
It's not as if you're like, yes, we made it.
Yeah. It was like, right, we can do more here. If we change a couple of processes internally, and allow sort of the smaller companies to compete with like the big resellers, who are getting huge discounts on the products, and the one-man tradesmen or the independent trade shops weren't getting that. I was like, well, if we increase it slightly so they can make a better profit, they'll sell more of our kitchens. But they didn't want to upset the big boys by allowing smaller companies to compete with them because the discounts were hugely different. So it didn't match my ambition. I was like, it's not really for me. If we're not going to grow it any further and you're now just happy, that was not me. So then I took another huge leap and joined an ERP company. Nothing about computers, didn't know anything about software, nothing about manufacturing, but I realized I could train people. So went for the interview, got the job, was handed my notice in, joined the company, and they're like, oh, you need to drive. Didn't have a license, didn't know how to drive. So I was jumping on the train whilst learning the product, staying in hotels, but quickly learned how to drive within a couple of months. And then since then, never looked back. Sort of step, step, step.
So you're from Darlington and you should have been driving when you were 12.
I know. Most of my way to but I think it was one of them is obviously because everything sort of happened so quick when I left school.
Yeah.
Moved out pretty much straight away, and then had the issues of not having somewhere to live and leaving my job and all that. Driving was like last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
At the time, my wife was learning to drive because her mum and dad were putting her through her lessons. So I had a chauffeur for like the first 10 years.
And you
of
still
us being together.
And you're still a better driver.
I am.
You got that on film now. So we're going to lean back slightly a bit. Just drive to that mid chest.
Yeah.
Let you hang so that back's fully stretched out.
Yeah.
Then back into that mid chest. Just going to do 10 reps.
I mean,
So
I think
it's a raw on an angle.
she might agree that I'm the better driver. We took her to
Don't back up because you're on film. That's it, mate. Yeah, perfect. Just try and squeeze them shoulders together. Yeah, of course. Extra one.
Whoa, that was harder.
Just over there a sec. I need a wait. Right, mate, T-bar raw. We'll hit both handles, to be fair.
Both handles.
We'll go upper back, then we'll flip like this is more upper back. You flip round.
Okay.
A bit more lats. But obviously, stand on the floor or on there. Half a chest. Half a chest. Half your chest out. That's better. Just to flip back to when you were on the bench. Like, how did you, like, feeling wise? Did you feel like a failure? Like you're going to go down a bad route, or did you really think I'm going to make something here? Because obviously them type of things always traject the person going forward, I think.
See, I don't know if at the time I really thought one way or the other. I think I was sort of too young as a person to really comprehend what it was.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was going to get a council flat. So I don't think I sort of went one way or the other. I didn't sort of spiral thinking, right, this is the end of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to make anything. But at that time, I also didn't really have the drive.
Yeah.
To really sort of know what I wanted to do. I think the drive came from me, and was spending that year sort of in the flat that we'd got, having no job, relying on my wife, or my girlfriend at the time, now wife, relying on her, 180 quid a week apprenticeship wage for hairdressing that she was getting.
Yeah.
And her sort of supporting me throughout that year. And then when I finally got into the furniture sales job at the back of it, I was like, right, I can start looking after her now.
Did you go yourself?
Yeah, I did actually. Only when it went into administration, a bit cheap. And I got a table and chairs as well. Still got my sideboard actually.
There you go.
So that's gone. Still got sideboard. That was a really good sideboard. I've had that now, what?
Yeah, that's
Don't make me feel old. 16 years, something like that maybe. 15 years.
You get a new one?
No, don't say that. Because my wife will watch it. she wants a new sideboard now because she keeps going on about it. She sprayed the handles and everything, so it fits now. But yeah, I think it was, I got that drive to want to look after her.
Yeah.
And since then, that's never left. And that's like literally, and then when the kids come along, say, right, got a family, I want to provide for them.
Yeah.
And that internal drive to be able to really push.
Give them everything.
Give them everything.
Yeah.
Probably too much.
Become spoiled. Yeah, they become
spoiled.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Which, yeah, I don't. We still do it though.
I know. You love seeing the face.
Yeah.
And the appreciation that they have for that like split second.
Yeah.
Of something
Again,
that you've got them.
I've said this on the other podcast. It's a bit selfish, isn't it?
Yeah, 100% it is,
So
because
like,
you get that
give
feeling.
it like that buzz and you're like, yes.
Yeah. I've never thought of it that way, but it actually is, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not super driven, I'm just super selfish.
Yeah, man. Well, to be fair, to go back to the original, like doing the stuff for you is selfish, but then everyone else gets a benefit. The work gets a benefit. Kids, wife gets a benefit, as well as a sideboard.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do another set of 20 then, we'll make it heavy. People will say, how can you talk while you're working out? But
I can.
Purposely, it's for the podcast.
Yeah. I think it's an amazing concept. The person who came up with it is
Well, yeah.
a real genius.
He must be a award-winning business leader. So talk from furniture sales, administration, getting a good sideboard to like
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, like joining the first software company, which was when I sort of probably started on my current career, well, my career path that I'm on now. So I joined an ERP provider, our biggest competitor now, at the time. So I joined them to do implementations, train people how to use the software. Not an engineer, not a software person. Remember being in hotels the night before, going on site to do training, learning the bit that I was going to show them on the system the next day.
Yeah.
Go in, show them the bit, go back to the hotel, learn the next bit, go back in the next day. But I did that, and I suppose that's like when things like processes and process improvement and all of that just started clicking. So I turned doing the implementations and then quickly became operations manager, leading the implementation team, improving processes, streamlining what we were doing. And then did that for a couple of years, and the company took like a bit of a downturn. Sales weren't coming in, they were struggling. So I put my hand up, I was like, I can sell. I was like, I know the product inside out now.
Yeah, yeah.
I know how people use it, I know why they use it, I know the benefit it has to the business. I can sell. So they were like, okay, go on then. So I went selling, smashed it, and within the space of 6 months, switching into sales, they promoted me to sales director. And then I was, sales director for the next sort of two, 3 years at that company before being headhunted to where I am now.
So just for obviously a bit of value for people, sales director, did you implement your own ways? Obviously from the original boiler room and the furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think like
good and bad from them.
From everything really. I think like from furniture sales, from the kitchen sales, and understanding small businesses and how sort of their profits are hugely important to them, and sometimes they don't get the same benefits as like a larger company with buying power and all of that. So I took all of it in. Yeah,
so it gives you value in your own team as well as your understanding the customer, which is
like the empathy I had with them, I think is true.
Yeah.
So that comes across, and the understanding of how to solve the problems. You then became like a consultative salesperson, with empathy, trying to really get them something that's going to improve their business, and ultimately have an impact on their families' lives, their employees' lives, and give them a better sort of quality business. And that's always true, still true to this day. But the sort of the boiler room style sales give me then the tenacity for when you do get ghosted and you do have to follow up people.
Yeah, I was going to say that boiler room like creates resilience.
Yeah,
is it
100%.
In Pursuit of Happiness, where he's literally like one call after another, and like that no doesn't really affect you that much.
No,
it's an emotional job, I think, sales, but that no is like, it's fine, let's on to the next one.
Well, no's the second best yes, is basically
what
people will sort of talk about is you either want your yes, but the second best for that is a no, so they're not hanging on, and you're not building up your fear of loss and having all this huge pipeline that's never going to come in. But yeah, the tenacity, definitely, you have to be tenacious in sales. To build your pipeline, to connect with people, to find new prospects. And it's really that tenacity to want to help people improve. And they don't know what they don't know. So you get the people who come and find you through your advertising, through your marketing and things. But a lot of these are head down in the business. They're not looking for ways to improve. They're not looking for, some of them are, but like a lot of them are just so entrenched in the business with the blinkers on. I need to make this business work. I need to improve the profitability. I need to get this job out the door.
Yeah, they're focusing on their customers.
Yeah. So by raising the awareness and bringing it to people through the outreach and cold calling and networking and prospecting, you have to be tenacious, because until you trigger something in them, then they're going to have that conversation with you. But you've got to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
To do that.
We'll go up on it. Just a set of 10. So hook grip, fully around. So fully around that, Squeeze, Very good, mate. You can count now, you're not talking.
I'm counting in my head. Because you never count.
78.
1 million.
Did you hear that? Then we'll flip to these handles, mate, so bit more of the latter.
Yeah. But I think trying to stay back on track where you start. I think everything in life leads you, if you use all of your experience
Massively.
and you bring it together. So your starting point is multiple places.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because you don't use that many good experiences in things. A lot of it is shit ones, failures, all stuff like that, where you're using them times in things to improve.
So funny you say that. So I've just built a presentation. So I'm going to a summit in Portugal for all the CEOs of the group that own FitFactory.
All award winning.
No, maybe just me. But I've got to do a presentation on cultural change. My very first thing is sort of around my journey, which you always focus on, like you said, the hard bits, because that creates sort of resilience. But I've got a sort of a picture which depicts the hard times can be used to create the good times. And that is sort of something that I really sort of rely on or work on or believe in, is I can take all of those bad experiences and turn them into a positive.
Yeah.
And they now create the good times.
Yeah.
And create sort of a nice place for us to work, a culture of where I'm truly interested in the team and what's important to them. I share everything around sort of how good we're doing or how bad we're doing, allow them to take the ownership and adopt full ownership, and allow to challenge anybody with the business with positive intent, and then just assume the best from people. So try and assume everybody's trying to do something for the best, but they've all come from being micromanaged, not being trusted, people assuming the negative.
Yep.
And one thing that I always said, and I said when I won the award for the Tees Business Leader, was I don't want anybody to ever come into FitFactory with that Monday morning dread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a true passion, is I don't want people to come in with a Monday morning dread, because you've got to find that life-work balance. Life is hard enough as it is. So if we can we've got a business to run, but if we can create a nice environment where people are valued, not feel valued, are valued.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
Yeah.
Where people are valued, and they enjoy coming in.
All your staff should be valued because they're all there to bring value.
Yeah. So that's one thing that you see, is that you see people saying, your employees need to feel valued. Well, there's a difference between feeling valued and being valued.
Yeah.
You should be valued.
Yeah.
And then trying to sort of say, if you want people to take interest in the business, because you get like sort of all like entrepreneurs or sort of small business owners and say, well, my team are never really going to be as passionate about the business because it's my business, it's not their business, which is true to a degree.
Yeah.
But if you really care about them and you really look after them and value them, then they'll do the same for the business.
Yes.
They will. They just naturally do.
99% of the time.
I would challenge that. I would challenge that.
So I would say that I'd done that. Then obviously staff team went.
Yeah.
But I'll take some responsibility for that as well. So yeah, you
So
could be 100%.
That's the difference.
I might be that 1%. That
I always take responsibility myself on, like, if something hasn't gone the way I thought it would go, it's right, first look at me.
Yeah.
Why did that not go the way?
Because you haven't got an ego.
Yeah.
Egotistical people.
I mean,
Won't look
maybe
in
if you
over.
speak to the people in my office, tell me I have an ego.
Comment to that. Yeah, we'll go this one, mate. To be fair, I was going to lead on to culture,
Yeah.
because I know we talk about it prior. So for context, obviously we've been training Jason for 4 months now, 5 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we talk about culture. more teaches me about it, because I'm willing to learn and wanting to improve my own leadership. Because this is, although I'm a business myself, like me personally, but this is my first main business. I've had a few failed ones, obviously, as people do, but this is my main business. So yeah, I try and learn off everyone who I meet. Obviously, Jason's one of the ones that I do want to learn from.
That's nice. I think it's like our sessions, because we do just talk about all sorts.
Yeah.
I remember one session we were chatting about your pricing, and it was about potentially, right, well, value your own time, and if you need to put your prices up to value your time, do that. And then I'm in the other end going, this is going to cost me more.
Yeah. Jason, it's £100 an hour.
But because I think we were talking about my wife, and maybe that she undercharges. She's a mobile hairdresser.
It's difficult. I talk to other people about it, and like, although because you're like friends, clients, there's that relationship. There also, remember when you talk about prices going up. But I think again, you understand, and the people I'm talking to, because of the people in here, they're all understanding. They're all like business owners, CEOs, so they're all like, they all know about the value of time.
It is, but I suppose that the other way of looking at it is, I like listen to like other podcasts and sort of things, and you always find that somebody who's running their own business, the friends that they grew up with will be the first to ask for a discount, the first to ask for mates rates, the last to like a post or like a share, and then yet it's your clients that then are the first to big you up and to push you forward and to sort of really and give you business and not ask for a discount. But ultimately, if you're looking at your pricing and you're saying, yeah, I need to increase it, but then that's going to mean that I'm maybe going to have less clients, but the quality that you're going to be able to give them now, because you're not stretching yourself doing back sessions every single time, it's going to be better. So in the long run, the client who's going to stay and pay more is going to be more, you're going to receive a better standard, because you're not spreading yourself so thin.
Yeah, and you're not in that thing of thinking, I should be earning more, or my time should be more. Then you get in that thing of like, and you get to a point where, because you've been so long, all of a sudden you go, right, it's going up this much, and everyone's like, oh, that was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, just done that. Just gone through that whole process, where we've had to do a big price rise to our long-standing customers.
Yeah.
And I mean a big price rise, because just what they were paying compared to what sort of new customers were paying, that was just completely on different levels.
Yeah.
We had to make the business decision that we're going to lose some, but it's more viable for the business to allow the business to continue to grow and to offer a better service in the long run, to be able to invest in support, invest in the technology, develop new features that are going to add value to them. And actually, although we had quite a few people sort of phone up and complain, not many left.
Yeah.
Not many at all.
Because they already see the value in the product. And they probably already thought this should be costing a lot more.
Yeah, I think there's truth in that.
Solution.
There's truth in that, but again, the industry's difficult at the moment, the economy's difficult, engineering sectors, it's tough for them, profit margins are low. And it was horrendous. I made sure I made every single one of the phone calls.
Yeah.
We put an email out to the customers, give my mobile number and email address, and said, phone me direct. I'll speak to every single one of you.
It's a good touch.
And I did, and I explained to them the sort of bad news if it continues and where the lack of investment would be. But ultimately, where we want to take the business is give them a better service, give them newer features, and allow them to benefit and excel their business. And 99% of them understood that. Hard pill to swallow, because it was a big price increase.
Yeah.
Lost one or two. But and that was sort of a bit of a shock, because I was scared to do it. And it was the investment firm that were like, look, you have to do it, because you need to find a way of increasing the income in from the existing customer base, Otherwise, your business model doesn't stack up.
Yeah.
You're always having to find new customers, and you're going to bottom out the market, and it's going to be really difficult. And you're undercharging for the amount of people it takes to keep that product running.
Yeah.
So it all made sense. Just a very difficult.
Yeah,
And one of the pieces of advice I got, and I'll say it, but it was like, if you're going to have to eat shit, you might as well take big bites. And it's true. And that's sort of the way I think about it was like, we'd gone through a process of like a minimal price increase, like a 5% price increase or something along those lines. You get the same level of complaints, you have to have the same conversations.
Yeah.
And it rightfully so, because you're increasing the prices, you need to justify why.
Yeah.
And then we went to a big extreme. No more complaints, no less complaints, same level of conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, if you're gonna have to eat shit, you might as well take big bites, because it will go faster. And that's now pushed us into a position where we're now able to further invest in the business to grow the business. How many?
You got 10 here, mate. Nice, mate. That's great, mate. You're counting again?
Yeah. It's concentration phase.
Yeah, good work, mate. Good work, mate. Right.
What were we talking about?
No, keep losing it.
Culture,
Culture.
the fun word.
We'll stay this end. We'll go underhand on here, then we'll go to the biceps. If
Okay.
Get the pump on for the camera. Go over here, mate. Let's go at 5 to start with, mate. We'll put that on. Yeah, culture. I talked to Joe in Australia. He's got the culture to his business, like bang on, really. And yeah, I'm always interested in it because I try and obviously get a team mentality. Knack up sometimes. I haven't got a full structure on it, but I do try and get it. I think I've got it now, to be fair. We've got a really good team. Yeah, I think we've got a good team, but I want to embed the culture where it is set in stone. So again, like you say, I think you need to set it out from the start of like, this is our culture. You adopt it.
Yeah, well, I think, you adopt it, but also you'll then naturally find people when you're interviewing and you're looking for new people, you'll find people that fit the culture.
Yeah.
But one thing about sort of the culture, so we take it back a couple of years. So when I joined FitFactory, I joined as a CEO, so Chief Commercial Officer, from the previous company to commercialize the business, grow the business and sell it eventually. We accelerated that and we sold last year, but probably about 6 months in I became the CEO, because I sort of could see there was potential, but there was a lot of unhappiness in the business. The business had been bought by another investor probably 2 years before. The embedding period was horrendous. Contracts were forced on people, changes were made, and it was just two businesses running separately but trying to be one.
Yeah.
Staff turnover was huge.
Yeah.
Nigh on 70%, I think. Toxic culture, people not happy, people not collaborating.
Yeah.
So I sat down and said, like, look, we need to change this. This needs to change. And it needs to change and start from the top. So at that point, I got the management team together, and then since then, the management team has now changed to people who fully fit our culture because we've hired them. But we started the process of really looking at understanding how we communicate with each other. What do we really mean when somebody says something?
Yeah.
And when you're having a conversation, noticing maybe when people's shields are coming up and they're becoming a bit feeling attacked maybe, or judged or criticized. So then it's like, right, what am I saying that's making you feel like that? Because I can see that. So there's a thing which we refer to comfort zones.
Yeah.
Right? In sales, you talk about decisions are made within a comfort zone. And you can notice when people are in a comfort zone because they relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, open body language, eye contact, all of those things that people can sort of identify. And then when you're outside of a comfort zone, it's like lack of eye contact, it's nervousness, it's stuttering in what they're saying, it's maybe sweaty palms or sweaty brow.
Yeah.
So people can see that. So we sort of brought that into the conversation at the management level to say, okay, when we're spotting these signs, try and address it there. Say, what have I done that's made you feel outside your comfort zone? Because I was trying to be supportive, but maybe my supportive language doesn't match what your supporting language does. So we did all this whole workshop and whole process review of understanding, like making sure you're listening, you're not hearing, two different things.
Yeah.
Making sure that we amend our language, and also make sure we sort of amend how we take somebody's communication, because we know it's coming from a positive place because we now understand what they actually mean. So it took months.
It probably takes, well, it's a continuous practice.
Yeah, and ultimately, so we sort of got to that, we understood, we came out with some core values, which is extreme ownership. So the people around me also have the same responsibility feeling that I have.
Yeah.
When something's given to me, I want to take ownership of it.
Yeah.
But I naturally hired people who also felt like that. So then if I was giving them a task, but then checking up on them and seeing how it's going and asking for updates, that felt to them that I was diminishing their extreme ownership. But they also know that I've got extreme ownership. So it's like, how do we now improve that communication?
Yeah.
So now, like, just clear communication, clear update channels. When am I going to get an update? I will get an update. So we set a task. You'll get an update in 3 weeks. You'll get an update in 6 weeks. Okay, great. So they now know I won't come to them unless anything changes that triggers me to come to them.
Yeah.
But they can come to me for support and ask for help and guidance, etc. But I can leave it with them because I know they've got that extreme ownership.
Yeah.
And that was one of the massive key things that when we learned. And then we embed that into the whole business and explain the purpose in behind it and talk to people about making sure they have extreme ownership and what does that feel like and do they agree with that. And there was like a whole multitude of them, loads of them. We could spend another hour talking about them. But now it's about just continuing that. Doesn't stop.
Does that tie in with your mission statement though? Because obviously the company mission with the culture.
They do. I mean, the mission statement for me is, why does a company exist? Yeah. What do we do as a company?
Yeah.
And we help engineering and manufacturers scale their business through digital transformation.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we do as a business. The values are how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the values are like how we go about delivering that mission statement.
Yeah.
How we go about challenging internally if people feel they've got a better idea. So challenge with positive intent. Everybody can be challenged.
Yeah.
If somebody's come in, they've got a new idea, maybe they think they've got a better way of doing something, challenge it. Challenge it with a positive intent, not with a negative intent.
Yeah.
So we challenge with positive intent, assume the best, which is a really difficult one. That's like that half glass, half full.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the time when I started, everybody's glass was half empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is understandable from
Massively.
Yeah. From what's happened.
From what they've been through.
Yeah.
And we've all been, and again, I've been in companies like that. You will have been in companies like that. And that Stockholm syndrome sort of starts to accelerate and people don't know why they're unhappy.
Yeah.
They just can remember that they're unhappy.
Yeah. Right, we'll go hand on this one, mate. So we're up. And we'll hinge from the hip, bum slightly back. Then keep that chest up. You're just going to drive it back. Just pushing that chest through. What a lot of people do, they'll go into a squat and they'll be like this.
Yeah.
Or they'll go too far over and they'll be bent. So however your back is like that, we hinge at the hip point and we just drive it back.
Give
But
this
my
a
arms
go.
are good for that.
Underhand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just move your wrists in slightly just so you've got clearance. Yeah. And hinge at them hips. Yeah. Perfect, man. So you've done it before?
I don't think I have.
Squeeze it, yeah. Might have to stop this podcast again, you know. You know why. You need the toilet again. Keep hydrated, folks.
I don't know how many we were doing. You weren't counting.
I don't know.
Warm up set
Toilet,
anyway.
yeah.
This is because we're talking about water.
Yeah.
Glass half full, glass half empty.
And I was thinking that, and I tried trying to, like, maybe like get closer to him so you can get there. That's what I'm trying to move on myself.
3, 2, 1.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Right, let's do it, mate.
Okay.
Now you're beating Tyler. So go set at 12 for this one, mate. I'll count this down.
Pardon?
I'll count this down.
Okay.
Hinge. Yeah. Nice. Short chest, so yeah. Actually lost count, but we'll go 9, 10, 11. Back's looking good, mate. I always have a joke with Jason saying that he used to look like a heavy lifter, power lifter.
No, the joke goes, when I first started, I looked like just a fat guy who hadn't been to the gym. And now I look like somebody who used to do like powerlifting, but stopped a few years back, and he's just getting back into it. So there's a compliment somewhere.
It's definitely. I'll grab that 10 minutes.
Gone from just a fat guy to
It's a big compliment, that.
a slightly changed fat guy.
Like coming away from like business and stuff. Obviously, it's fitness and business, and obviously the gym. Like, you haven't lost that much weight, have you?
No,
Like, this is where the misconception would happen. So you've changed your whole body really, and not lost much weight, which
Yeah.
is like a body recomp. And you look totally different. Your clothes fit different. You feel better. You're in it more. Like, so that's where people should kind of like the way the scales itself are a good measurement, but they can also like really control your day when, like, say if you've lost 4 or 5 kilos, brilliant,
Yeah,
4 or 5 kilo loss, but your whole life like has changed for that.
yeah. I think, what was it? You look like when I first started, I was focused on, right, I'm coming to lose weight.
Yeah.
And I was coming 1 or 2 days a week, max. Nothing really changed. Then I got into enjoying the lifting the weight. And then started coming 3 times a week. My diet didn't really change, but still focused a little bit on trying to lose weight, reducing my calories, went through that. And it just wasn't working for me. And then, but I was enjoying the weight. So then I was coming 4 times a week. And it was like, okay, I think I said to you at one point, I was like, when my son falls asleep on the couch, he's nearly 4 now. I used to pick him up and take him upstairs and I'd be out of breath. And now I pick him up and he's so light, I can just carry him up to bed and just lie him down and not be out of breath, which is like amazing.
Yeah.
And that was like a bit of a turning point, because I was like, look, do you know what? Just stop focusing on weight. Yes, it's important, but I'm enjoying coming to the gym, enjoying doing the weights. I've lost probably about 3-4 inches off my waist.
Yeah.
Gained probably about the same on my chest. Yeah, I've lost a little bit. I think I've lost 4 kilos. But my clothes fit totally different.
Yeah, so that's it's not just 4 kilo of weight loss. It's probably maybe 6-7 kilo of fat loss because
Yeah.
you've been doing weights. Your cardio's there, and obviously you're not doing massive amounts, but apart from that 26 minutes on the treadmill there, so it's fat loss.
Yeah.
So if you do weights, a little bit of cardio, a little bit of a deficit, you're going to lose fat, not just weight.
It's mad, isn't it? Because I remember when I first came and we did a session, it's like, oh, bad shoulder, bad back,
Yeah, bad knees.
Everything was like just, oh, I can't do that exercise. That exercise isn't right. That exercise is sore. And then it's just like slowly, you're like, well, your position's wrong. Move that, slight little tweak.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that one now. That one's not nice. I've got no muscle there. Yeah. But then it sort of, as you start going through, you go, oh, my back's not hurting anymore. My shoulder doesn't hurt anymore. My PBs are going up, and like every week sort of progressing. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't hurt, don't ache. Don't have a bad back, don't have a bad neck.
Yeah.
All of these things that you sort of get used to when you're just sitting at your desk all the time.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
They're gone.
Yeah. Right. Well, one more set of 10, mate. Which is the key, really. If you're feeling better, your clothes are fitting better, you've got more energy. Like, the scale doesn't really, it shouldn't control your day on that. Push that chest rub.
Yeah.
Everyone comes to the gym to feel better. If you feel better, then winner.
Yeah, definitely.
And everyone's got a different, like I say, everyone's coming for a kind of a different reason.
I mean, also, like, obviously you've got loads of plug for your supplements and things like that here.
Yeah.
But I never really took supplements. Never really looked at anything like that. And taking some of the creatine massively, a huge difference.
Yeah.
Just by putting creatine and stuff, like mentally feel much more switched on. And then the testosterone stuff that you've got again, just making me feel stronger, having the proteins. And there's all sorts that you guys do. And I've said, oh, what about this one? You say, you're not ready for that one yet. But it is.
Honesty comes in.
yeah, honestly, it is. Yeah. Most gyms would just try and sell you it.
Oh, yeah, it's just.
And you're like, no, you're not quite ready for that one. Your diet's not right, so that one's not really going to work for you.
Yeah.
This one will help your muscle repair. This one will help your energy. So we sort of sit and talk about them, and then you'll recommend the ones that are right, but not over-recommend.
Yeah, I mean, when people start, I just get them in the gym to start with, start training, start eating that little bit better. There's no real reason to like shop 50 supplements at them.
No.
And it's too much for people. Like you tell me something in your, like in FitFactory, loads of things, and I'll be so confused. So I try and flip that around if I start. There's no reason to tell you about every single muscle, where it does, like where it goes, insertions, origins. You'd be like,
yeah,
what the fuck? I just want to get fitter, better for the kids and myself.
I think that was like one of, like, we'll go down here, we're doing arms now. Or is it too busy? It's the busiest the gym ever is on this time of the morning.
I know, it's never been this busy. Tell you what we'll do. Yeah. We can stay here, to be fair, and I'll bring the dumbbells here.
Okay.
Stop it.
He doesn't normally go and pick them up, he makes me go and get them myself as extra
hey,
cardio.
Mate. All right, yeah.
So yeah, that, like, I mean, we were just saying there, you were, my sort of gym progression with you has just been sort of natural. I think other gyms that I've been to in the past is like you join and it's like, right, hit this, and you overdo it.
Yeah.
And I've probably been like a slow client for you that's like started 1 day a week and literally only come in 1 day a week when we had the PT, and then it's like, right, let's up that to two times. So then it was, well, I'll come a third time, then I'll come a fourth time, and then it was, oh, what should I start taking? If I'm coming sort of 4 or 5 times a week now, what should I start taking? And you did that little smile that you did before. You're like, welcome to the family. You're changing.
Well, to be fair, that's how people should start. My only ever concern is 1 day a week isn't definitely not enough.
Better than nothing, though.
It is, yeah, 100%. It is better than nothing. But the fear is if they're only going 1 day a week, they're like, nothing's changing.
Yeah.
They'll leave. So that's my only ever fear. So I always say start light, maybe 2 days a week, 3 days a week, but like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, always class. Because Monday, have a day off, Wednesday, have the day off, then Friday, which is good. So 2 days you can make progress, 3 days make real good progress.
Mine works Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because then Saturday and Sunday, go out, have food, have a drink, go to the awards, go to events, miss Monday because I'm normally too tired, start again on Tuesday.
Were you in yesterday? Were you in yesterday?
No, didn't come yesterday. It's Monday.
It's too rough. It's too rough. So we'll go with Hammer Curls, mate. So right side again, a lot of people, little short rep, nice and upright, shoulders back, keep them elbows locked in, and control it on the way down. I might as well do a common mistake while I'm thinking. So people get to it. I'll go that side. They'll go like that. They're not getting the full range, or they'll be swinging too much. But if you actually look at the full range, it's just like that. Oh, sorry, that range is just like that. So elbows locked in, fully curl up, squeeze, all the way back down. And how you know you're all the way down is if you squeeze your tricep, because they both can't work at the same time. Make me do loads of curls for the camera. Okay, so when Jason's all the way down, he can squeeze his tricep, so he knows he's at full extension.
Get the gun show in.
And what you can do sometimes is if they are swinging too far back, make it even harder for them.
How many are we doing?
Failure. 12.
I don't know how many I've done.
That's 12. So, why Gym 22?
Why Gym 22?
Oh,
I think the first thing that I looked at was, I sort of know Martin, your business partner, previously through sort of other work, and I'd seen the gym online, and then in my head it was like, oh, I need to join a gym, I need to do something, and I think it took a year after you'd opened actually before, and then eventually got to it, but it was, what initially attracted me was like the net workouts.
Yeah.
Which we need to do more of.
Yeah, that's coming back. That's coming back.
That was originally what sort of, my own mind, I think I sort of tricked myself to go, well, you need to work hard, but actually there's a gym where you can meet like-minded people and network with them, so it's effectively work. So that's how I sort of justified it in my own head. It was like, you're actually going somewhere where you're going to do work. But I enjoyed the first couple that we did, really good.
We tricked you.
Yeah,
we haven't done
it worked. Enjoyed the first couple we did, and they were really good. I think, like you said, like-minded people coming together. We had some good sessions upstairs where sharing challenges, sharing successes, because obviously we've spoken a lot about challenges in this sort of podcast, but you don't talk about the successes as much, and we've dropped in a few awards and stuff like that, but a lot of the successes are just as critical to share and learn from and celebrate and make sure that you continue doing them, and if you can improve on the successes, can you become more successful? So yeah, sharing stuff that's worked for companies, sharing stuff that people are going through, that was really good and sort of attracted us to the gym. And then getting in the gym, I think I really like it. It's never too busy.
Yeah.
It's maybe not good for you, but it's nice for me. But I know you've got lots of members that all come at different times of the day, but it's never really too busy. You speak to, everybody sort of says hello and has a little chat. There's no sort of ego lifters in here. Obviously you've got your signs up and stuff, no grunting, no throwing weights, no gloves.
No gloves, definitely.
But it's a really nice, well-equipped gym with nice people.
Yeah. Well, the people make the gym. I know that sounds a bit cheesy, but it is like I say, if it was a really cheap price, we got cheap people here, you'd end up with cheap results.
Yeah.
But literally, people wouldn't look after the equipment. And everyone here is a professional.
Yeah.
Who comes, they all own their own businesses, so they all understand, keep everything tidy, keep everything clean, respect it, and everyone will chat, but they don't just chat, they'll still be working out. And
definitely.
And if you're a little bit quieter, they'll just leave you be. Because again, they know that you could be thinking about work, you could be thinking about a big presentation.
Yep. It's often are.
Yeah.
Often are. I suppose, like coming in here in the morning then sort of helps me definitely get clarity on certain parts of the day that I've got coming up, or relieve some stress or tension that I might be feeling anxious about.
Yeah.
Some meetings or conversations that I've got to go and do. Coming here sort of helps us to be more focused when I get in.
Yeah. I think people underestimate the self-time.
Yeah.
I was saying that how the guy who's just joined, and he was wanting to come in and train with someone all the time, but he was like struggling a bit mentally, which is fine. Obviously, you want someone there to support you, but at times you might want to like do your leg extension.
Yeah.
Literally sit and look out the window, and not think about anything, and just like not think about work, not think about kids at home, not think about the parlour washing.
No, it is.
Just like literally just sit and stare out the window. It is your self time.
Sometimes I come in and I'll leave, and then I'll work out and I'll leave, and I go, what was that?
Yeah.
Like, where's that time just gone?
Yeah.
And it's nice because always driving in, loads of stuff in my mind.
Yeah.
Driving from here to work, stuff starts kicking back in.
Yeah.
So there's like a little spell here where like the gym seems to block all that outside noise.
Yeah.
And you're in here, you're either focusing on your exercise or actually you're focusing on nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is really nice.
Just not thinking at all.
Yeah. It is really, unless you give us a new exercise. Before, then I'll go really focused again. Yeah, definitely.
We've got one more this minute, but you triggered me to really think about it when you were on about everyone upstairs, because everyone was going through a similar thing of working too much.
Yeah.
And forgetting the family.
Yeah.
I've been massively guilty of that. My wife nearly left me, to be fair, because of, it was a threat of leaving.
Yeah. If things don't change.
Yeah. Like I just literally forgot about. They're my why, but I did completely go in the deep hole of work as hard as you can, go business focused, and like really grow this, but lost myself, lost what I was doing. So, yeah. Have you been through that?
I would say I've not been through that. I've been really lucky that, unless she's not told me, been really lucky that they've always been there to support me. And I say to a lot of people, look, my wife is the strongest person I know.
Yeah.
So she'll like that one.
Yeah.
But she really does. She's been sort of the rock. She supported me when I didn't have a job, paid for the food, paid for the rent, paid for all of that. And then as I move on and progress and doing really well in my career, because I am, but doesn't ask for stuff, doesn't moan if I'm working too late, she's just there and supportive.
Yeah.
She's there to listen to me when I need her to listen to me, and she deals with stuff maybe that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Because although I run a business, sometimes when you come home, you want to maybe hide from stuff that you don't want to deal with anymore.
Yeah.
So she'll deal with that type of stuff. But there was a point, I think, of one of the net workouts where you had Matt in, and Matt was talking about cycles, and that really resonated with me. It was like, okay, communicate to your family if you're gonna go into a work cycle and you're gonna be busy for the next 6 months or the next year.
Yeah.
Because you've got to really let them know that's the time frame.
Yeah.
And it is going to be really busy, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be less involved in the family, but it's only going to be for this period.
Yeah.
And then after that, you maybe go into a family period and then communicate that to work.
Yeah.
That you're going to be a bit less in work and you're going to spend some more time with your family and then the fitness side.
Yeah.
Because everybody tries to juggle all of them at the same time and give all the best, all to the family, all to themselves and all to work. You can't do it.
No.
You
So
can't do it.
the balance is bullshit type of thing.
Yeah.
We all go for it, but it is bullshit. But yeah, if you can work them all together, but communication, is definitely.
Yeah, at some point, some are going to have more focus, some are going to have less focus.
Has to,
Yeah, you
has to-
can't get them all perfectly balanced.
No.
It doesn't happen.
So yeah, I'm going to say this, but my wife isn't like a huge supporter of mine. She's all the way through. But I think she got to the point where she's still got her life to live. She's not there just for me.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So and I was taking her for granted in that sense, and she's got her own career to look for now and try and progress in that. So I'm going to flip it because I went the other way, and literally every day I was with Lucas. We were going out on scooters. I was finishing 3 o'clock here, leaving.
Guilty. Did you feel
Guilt
guilty?
of the business,
Yeah.
And that then it was hard to deal with because I was out on a scooter going around Preston Park, thinking like the likes of you guys, Martin, all these people that I know, I respect, like they're all grafting away, and I'm out on a scooter. But now it's like, would they want to be in my position on the scooter, or do they want to be stressed away? So then I was going back and forth. So then, obviously, what's happened recently, I'm working quite a lot more hours, is it's going back the other way. So I need to communicate that.
That's it.
With them, which is a good lesson learned from everyone.
It is. I think communication is key to the family, to the work, and you shouldn't feel guilty about going and spending time with your family. And then vice versa is like you want to pay for a holiday and you want to take them somewhere nice, or you want to expand the gym and you want to take another new gym on. It's not going to be forever. But communicate that. Go through that sprint. Let them know that they're there. They'll support you because that's the type of people that they will be. And then take that time back in 6 months or a year's time and go and switch that focus a little bit more and go more towards the family or yourself and
holidays.
Yeah, holidays. I do like a holiday.
We'll go one more this minute and we'll go down the bottom end. Let's do it, mate. Let's go down this bottom end.
Come on, then.
Just the camera coming down, yeah.
Thanks for the heads up, by the way. You didn't tell me, and I've just built in like, morning.
Morning.
Party's here.
It's authentic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I should have guessed when there was no rap music on. Stuff was going on.
You're a pro in front of the camera.
Right, mate. So obviously hit it in the kind of the neutral position. So we're going to go to the lengthened position. So your bicep tendon attaches right at the top. So we'll go right behind us, curl up, we're leaving them elbows pointing back down. So walk it out, chest up. I'm just going to curl all the way back down. Full stretch. So when I do biceps, obviously you can't do them all in one all the time, but one out in front, one kind of neutral. So that's the lengthened position, shortened position.
Okay.
Which is like normally a preacher curl or something like that. Yeah. Kick the elbows back, mate. Yeah. So what's the future of Jason then?
What a
what you're wanting out of life and business.
It's a funny one. Finish these and then I'll tell you because I'm concentrating. But I sort of set myself some goals when I was 26 maybe, I think. And they were like loose goals, but I'd never really set goals or anything.
Yeah.
But I just sort of started telling myself, really, so you use the word manifest, but I don't think I like that word. But effectively, I just said, right, look, who am I going to be? What am I going to do? What's important to me? So I was like, at 26, I said, look, I'm going to be a director of a company by the time I was 30. Didn't know what in, no clue. Just, I was like, in my head, directors earn more money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a director. No clue in what industry, what sector, doing what. And then I was like, right, be a millionaire by the time I'm 40. And that was like, back then it was probably, oh yeah, you're a millionaire, you want to be it for money. But as I've sort of grown and sort of learned, it's probably more, I'd say I'll be financially free by the time I'm 40, where I can make my own decisions. And I think that's really key. And then I said, by the time I'll be 50, I'll be knighted. Even. And everybody sort of laughed. But I got to 30 in the September. In the November, I was made sales director. I'm 37 now. Not financially free yet, still 3 years left. But heading in the right direction, things are going well. And then my next thing hopefully will be sort of when I become financially free, is how can I start giving back? Like being dyslexic was a challenge at school, and then sort of being told that you were either dumb or stupid by people where you can't read or write properly, and not really knowing what I want to do. I think as I've sort of transitioned and grown through my life, it's like, well, I want to try and give back and help people, and try and help people maybe who are dyslexic understand that it's not the end. Maybe younger kids not knowing what they want to do. Reading and writing is important, but there's tools out there that can help. And that would probably be an area where hopefully I can have a big enough impact to get knighted. But then people always ask us why knighted. I was like, I don't know, like history in sales is always you want to be the best. So like you want that sort of, I don't know, recognition.
Yeah.
And I don't know, again, if we go back to, am I just ultra selfish? And they're the targets and the goals that I've set myself. But I still, that's where I want to get to. It's still an ambition.
Good. That selfish act doesn't make something bad. It only impacts family and friends good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you can say it's a selfish act, but again, no one's getting like hurt or anything with that selfish act. No,
they're not, and I'm supporting and helping. It's a therapy session now. I don't know if it's because like from a big family, like, and I was the youngest for a long time, and then my brother came when I was 10. But it was like, I think I always have to count 5 brothers, 1 sister. 4 brothers, 1 sister, and me. So 5 boys, 1 girl. And it was like that recognition was I just sort of swallowed up by all of them around me, and then that sort of shaped my. I want to be recognised.
But I was doing the exact same thing.
But it's a good driver to have. But yeah, grow, financially free, give back, support charities, help the area, help people maybe younger people who don't know what they want to do, and get knighted.
I like it. I might try and get knighted before you.
There's a competition.
That's it. Go on, more, man. I was a similar thing. I was wanting to be a millionaire before I was 40.
Did you?
Yeah. Like with opening the gym, I've got minus a millionaire at 42. But I realised I'm not really. I just like freedom.
That's it.
Like have freedom to go where I want when I want. I haven't quite got it because you guys come in. But now I've realised even more, it's travel.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. Obviously, I've been to Australia, LA, Spain, went to Spain again, then Australia again. And that's not bragging, that's like, because it was my focus to travel. And that's what I'm doing, so.
Yeah, me and my wife would say we'd love to travel. So we got together when we were 16. So 21 years now. But we always say, like, when we retire, we'll get a motorhome.
That's exactly what.
And that
I
would
went
be
to
it.
look at him the weekend.
Did you?
Because I was like, I'm not waiting until retirement, I'm going to go and buy a motorhome. So we
Yeah.
went to look.
But we talk about it all the time. That will be, we'll get a motorhome and financially free and just go travelling.
That's funny, that. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Motorhome. It'll have to be a big one though. And I think we'd probably start off with America and do the old standard sort of Route 66.
Yeah.
But just get out. I think we had such I wouldn't even say a tough start, but like just at the start of everything was like just difficult when we got together and calculator shopping as we sort of discussed and all that type of stuff, which would be brilliant to be in a position in 10 years time, 5 years time where we're like, right, financially free, I can still support and help other areas that are important, charities and local causes and all that type of stuff, which is important to me. And then, but go and see the world.
Yeah.
Go and travel. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah. That's the exact same for me, mate. We'll go one more of these, but do you like, this is a random question, do you like Teesside as the area for people, business?
Teesside. Tees Valley.
What would you say for like businesses in the, actually scrap that question, businesses that their staff team could come to Gym 22? I wasn't trying to bring it to Gym 22, but I'll say it because obviously you try and encourage your staff to do that, obviously if they're out of the area, in the area, wherever it is, but yeah, for Gym 22 for people coming.
I think for people coming here, I think is you're supporting obviously a local business, which is sort of number one, and that local business then is helping other people around the area, whether it's get fitter, think more clearly, but also sort of building a network, of sort of like-minded people that you can rely on, and you can talk to. Because it's about working out, but it's also, I think we've said, it's a place where you can come and talk to people and you can sort of connect and offload stuff at points. But I think there's some brilliant business leaders who come here. And even if my team were coming here and they got just chatting to, because it's like a leveler, or an equalizer, I think it is somebody's doing a bench press. It doesn't matter if they're a CEO of X company, doing a bench press, if they want some support or help or they need a spot. And then you've got somebody who's a business development person next to them just starting their career out. It's like, it's a leveler, it equalizes them, and that you find just people start chatting with each other, and then you can learn lessons from each other. I think it helps that. And ultimately it helps, if it can help sort of the area by bringing business leaders together and sort of career-focused people, build a network, expand their reach, learn some new things, offload, talk about celebration, successes. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, that's why I think the network definitely needs to come back. I know we've said we've done a few. We've done three. We've done
3 or 4.
I've
done 2.
I think we definitely need to bring that back. Good concept. It's a different concept.
It is
like
massively
this is.
different.
But yeah, it's massively different. So I think we bring it back. So for going back to the podcast thing, so the network out is business leaders, people who are just in business, sales managers, people like that. We get here, we do workout for an hour, very relaxed workout, but similar to what we're doing now within reason. I know Jason's doing heavy set here. Then afterwards we go upstairs. We were having guest speakers, but we're just going to go a little bit different next time. So we all chat like about our challenges, different parts of life. As Jason said, successes. So we all do that. And when you're working out, obviously you're not in a competition with each other who can lift heavier. You're more relaxed, so you chat more. It's not like a typical networking event where you go and you just stood in the corner and everyone's got their name badges on. No one really probably actually wants to talk to each other.
I hate them.
Yeah, I do.
I say, like, hate them is such a strong word. I get so nervous, and people think I'm a really confident person. I am in my own little bubble, but networking. And I remember listening to somebody do a talk, and it really resonated with us because they said, "What's a couple of points when you're brought up as a child, is you're told not to talk to strangers and don't interrupt. The two key things you have to do at networking is talk to strangers and interrupt a conversation to introduce yourself. So it goes against what you'd naturally want to do. Whereas here, when we were put into little groups, we had a PT sort of walking us around and we were doing some exercises, you're already sort of like just sort of connected with them. It was less forced and more natural. So we'd had the workout in here, and then because we'd worked out together, when we got upstairs and we started sort of just having some deeper conversations, I got much more value out of that session than I did from sort of other networking sessions.
Yeah, you're already relaxed, aren't you? And you, to be fair, you're not like you say, it's equal. If you're a CEO and someone's a sales manager,
Yeah.
they're in here. He's obviously looking at network. You're looking at network. He's not looking at you as this CEO. I can't talk with, because not forced in the group, but he's literally working out in the group. Everyone relaxes.
Yep.
And you resonate where he started, and he's like, I want to get where you are. So yeah, I really like it. Obviously,
I really like it.
So.
It breaks down them sort of biases of when you go to sort of some of the bigger networking, you might see some names or faces that you recognise from leading companies. And maybe you go up to speak to them occasionally, or I used to when I was like a business development person, was like, oh, try and go and speak to them, but didn't really want to speak to me. Not because they were rude or anything, it's just like that's all they get when they would be at the networking.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it was like, yes, I know I was a CEO already, but it was like just speaking to people during the workout was less about business, so you got to know them a little bit more.
Yeah.
You were just having general gym chat.
Yeah.
And then by that point, when you go upstairs, you feel like you know them already, so there's all the barriers are lowered, it's more relaxed.
Yeah.
And because the barriers are lowered, it's more authentic.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not trying to sell to each other.
Nah.
Because that's a bit basically expose are the same. Like,
Yeah.
people come up here and go, oh, you're branding it. Can I be? You're like, oh, I'm here to sell to you guys or showcase what we do, but everyone's trying to sell it. Yeah. I was at a expo locally, and 10 people just kept giving me the card wanting to do branding and marketing.
Yeah.
And I was like, you say no branding? Yeah, so people are trying to sell you. So network out, brilliant. I think, to be fair, wrap it up. I enjoyed that.
I did.
Like, I would do it again and probably give it a lot of, hopefully that gave a lot of value to people. Obviously insight to Jason, his story, but yeah, I think great value. And I think when you're talking about culture, people will pick up on that, pick loads of little nuggets up from it. So thanks, mate.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, mate.
Appreciate it.
Huh? Done.
Done.